I have a problem, and that is this Crazen. This is my workout ball. I have had it for, wow, 15 years, maybe longer. It's been in my life for a long time, and as you can see, it's not holding up. I can refill it. That's obviously a thing I can do. The problem is it's just a pain to get the little plug in and out. And I know most people are probably thinking, well, buy a new exercise ball if you need an exercise ball. The problem that I have with buying a new exercise ball is I have multiple chemical sensitivity. And so if we get a new exercise ball, it's gonna be stinky and it's gonna make me sick for a long time. I can get away with this ball because I've had it for 15 years. Like, I had it for years before I got sick. So it's had plenty of time to off gas. It no longer makes me sick, but it also no longer does the job. And I need it because I use my exercise ball for hip thrusts and for Bulgarian squats. Bulgarian lunges. Brain not working because it's easier on my back for hip thrusts and it's easier on my little foot for Bulgarians. I think what might actually work pretty well would be like a Pouf, like a Pouf from a store that's like nice and thick and solid. It would be like an exercise ball in that it would be a little cushy and a little supportive, but they're also like $50 or so, and they're also gonna come with a smell. So I'm gonna try something, and I know it's not gonna work because I already tried to make a Pouf. I tried to make a Pouf and stuff it with old clothes, and I think I made the Pouf way too big, and it was just a nasty pancake, and it ended up getting thrown out because it was just nasty. But that was like a giant square, and I just couldn't fill it enough. So I'm gonna try to make a circular Pouf so I can have a little exercise ball. So the plan: brown paper packaging, the stuff that they send you when they're eco-friendly and they're using eco-friendly materials to stuff your things, works great for making patterns. It's just wrinkly. So I'm gonna make a pattern for a circle, cut that out. I'm gonna make the inner circle out of this old mattress pad because I kept this for years being like, well, probably shouldn't throw it away, but don't want to use it. We have better ones. So I've got an old mattress pad. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to stuff it with the like clothing, used clothing that's really in not good enough condition to be donated. So like stained holes, underwear, stuff like that. Stuff it in here. And fingers crossed that it holds some sort of shape that will work for a workout because I need something cushion, something soft and supportive. I did look at a tutorial of how to make a ball, and it looks like just kind of a upside down smiley face. Like, yeah, a smiley face, like an orange peel. Yeah, it's just like a little shape. 6 times, but the one that I saw that had a pattern was for a small ball, and this needs to be big. But like, I think if I made it the whole width of this, it would be too big. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna fold it in half, and I think this is about where I want it to be. To here. I don't know. It's not going to be perfect. I think if I wanted it to be perfect, I would have to do it. Okay, now this is terrible. Super, super weird. Try it like this. Oh no. Whatever. Okay. Hi guys! This looks like lips. I love it. Okay, we've got this giant shape. So kind of a lot. I don't know. Okay, I've made the ball, and I think it works really well. Like it's a good circle shape for now. And now it's super empty. So I'm gonna stuff it. I'm gonna start with the rest of the mattress protector that I cut up to make this. And then I'm gonna just stuff it with all of the fabric that we have that's not worth making into something new or donating. So we'll see if it holds its shape after that. I think I also have a bunch of like cabbage and serger trimmings that I can go in here. So I should have plenty of things to fill this with. We'll see what it we'll see what it looks like when it's all stuffed up. It worked! I made a poof! The ends where all of the the ends where all of the lines meet, they kind of opened up. So I just tacked down some scrap fabric and hoping that'll be okay since I'm gonna put a cover over it. And then wherever the hand sewed the opening. So this is done. Ooh, it is heavy. Cover time. I have this yellow fabric in my stash. I think I was gonna make an apron out of it, but I think I have just enough to make this cover. There very much was not enough of the yellow fabric. Luckily I cut it, luckily I did not cut it first, so I can still use it for something else. So I have this fabric, which is really dense. I think I initially bought it back when my child was a baby, because I thought it would make a good baby sling, but then it just never seemed right for that. I don't really love it. Aesthetically, it just doesn't quite do it for me, but you know what? It's nice and dense, and this is a cover, so I can always just replace the cover in the future, because all the fabric that I have that I do like, I don't want to use for this project. I want to make something better out of it. So, cover time. Days later and my hair is being weird, so it isn't scrunchied. I never finished my video because I finished the poof and it was like time for the child to come home, so time's up. But this is the finished poof. I really like it. I think it's gonna work really well. It's going to be nice and sturdy, sturdier than an exercise ball, and it won't deflate. It would, of course, would be better if it were a little bit bigger. It's a little bit small for what I need it for. But the risk is if I make it bigger, if we don't have enough stuff to fill it, then it's just gonna be a pancake. And if we did have enough stuff to fill it, it would be even heavier, because that is really heavy and I don't actually have a good place to put it in my workout room. But one thing that I did get a chance to try out this week, even though I didn't show you me making it, is my wedges. I really like them. I was a little bit worried because I just have grippies. Can you even see this? I just have grippies painted on with puff paint. Ooh, they're very dirty after being used twice. But hey, that's the way exercise equipment goes. This is just really simple construction. I didn't take a video of doing it because our miter saw is just in a really gross room of the house. You don't want to see that. They should probably be a little bit bigger because they are like perfectly sized for my feet, but my husband has bigger feet, so he just has to deal with it. But this is the limit of what our miter saw could saw. So we have these and they work really well. I just love my workout room because everything is really functional and flexible. Like, we have this treadmill, which folds down and it's a treadmill, or it folds up and it's out of your way. And sometimes I use the handles for stability because they're there. I have this, oh, you cannot see that. My other favorite thing that I've made in here is this, just a shadow box. That's all, just a shadow box. I added a stronger magnet on it to keep it closed because that works really well. If you've got Bluetooth headphones, you can pop in your phone, pop in a tablet, and just watch stuff on the treadmill, which is great because when I rearranged this room, the treadmill was no longer pointing towards a TV, and I can't be on a treadmill without watching something. And over here, why is it making that noise? My treadmill is being so noisy right now. Never mind my pajama pants. Over here, we have my plyo box, which I made a video of me making it. I would make it a little bit differently if I started over, just because I didn't calculate in the width of the wood, and so it ended up being bigger than I needed, but it's fine. I usually do my step ups on the lowest, but my partner has got longer legs and he can do step ups in the middle setting. I tried and I can do one step up in the middle setting, but it's not as controlled as I would like it to be. So I don't, because I don't want to injure myself. It's not worth it. So this is where I work out. And this is where I film videos because it's the room where the floor space is. Oh yeah, back to the Pouf. What I'm going to do next, I think, is I am going to make another Pouf inner, just the inner for it. I'm just going to use that to shove in all of my scraps. So when I'm sewing and I have those small scraps that can't really be reused, just shove them inside of my Pouf frame. Because the best thing that happened when I made that Pouf is I got rid of a whole laundry basket full of clothes that I didn't know what to do with because they weren't anything that I could pass on. We'll have a Pouf on the go to deal with my fabric scraps. To deal with my fabric scraps. It's been a couple of weeks and it's so pancaked, but we have this rug anti-slip thing and it has made a world of difference. It's a bit flat, I'll give you that, but it's still a pretty good height for hip thrusts and whatnot. My legs are short, so it's fine. And it is more stable than using our very deflated yoga ball, and it's still soft, like it doesn't hurt, but it's very supportive. So far, really liking it, really liking it. The only real problem that I have with this is I used to keep the yoga ball on top of the treadmill, like just sitting up there, and it's not really a good place to keep this. So for now, it's just sitting here, but yeah, really happy with it. It's not beautiful, but I don't really have a lot of people coming in and looking at my workout room, and which is otherwise a pretty beautiful place. So we can have one blob because it's a functional blob. Thank you so much for following me on this adventure. Subscribe for more. We've got lots of crafts coming up soon, I hope, because I need to actually finish most of them. But lots of stuff coming up, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, bye.